next Prime Minister. But she is not bothered by any of it. For Hiraba, her son's wish is her wish. And NaMo has certainly made his mother proud by achieving her dream.
Hiraba is certainly an inspiration for the Gujarat Chief Minister. But there is another woman in Modi's life who has remained silent but helped him climb up the ladder of success. But her name was under wraps until recently. Neither Modi nor this woman ever spoke about each other. But now, Modi will need to bring this woman to the fore in order to keep up his integrity. Wondering who? Well, here's a report.
The 2014 general elections has certainly brought many personal stories of politicians out of their closet. Among the many stories that grabbed headlines, Narendra Modi acknowledging his marital status became a nationwide sensation. Finally, after years of waiting and bearing all the pain in silence, some good news for one estranged wife. Until now, her own husband was not even willing to accept her existence. Narendra Modi, the undisputed Prime Minister of India, is known to be outspoken in his speeches. The man addresses everything under the sun, but was tongue-tied about one issue until he filed his nominations for this elections. Is he married or is he single? Narendra Modi raised eyebrows and put speculation to rest for the very first time after he had acknowledged his wife. In his nomination form for the Vadodara Lok Sabha seat, Modi finally entered the name of Jashodaben as his wife. Was this an emotional Modi move? Well, the declaration is reported to have come after strict legal advice that he come clean on the marriage, which his family members say was never consummated. As per the Representation of the People Act 1951, every candidate is required to declare even assets held in the name of the spouse. In his nomination form, however, Modi has said he has no information about Jashodaben's income, IT returns, or well, even PAN details. The announcement coming from her husband alone probably could have been a very emotional disclosure for his wife Jashodaben. But before we tell you more about his wife, let's take a look at the instances when Modi had completely denied the fact of her existence. "63-year-old Modi had left the column blank in the last four state assembly elections in 2001, 2002, 2007 and 2012. Several times Modi has even flaunted his single status, announcing it is what makes him incorruptible and a promising prime ministerial candidate. Modi's wife might have been sulking in silence, but the 2014 general elections definitely brought good news for Jashodaben. Who is the mystery woman in Modi's life? Here are a few excerpts from a rare interview with her.
We married when I was 17. I quit studies once I went to his place and remember him telling me he wanted me to pursue my education. He would mostly talk to me about completing my education. Initially, he took interest in talking to me and even in the affairs of the kitchen.
They say in the quest of meeting their goal and pursuing their destiny, many people tend to forget even their immediate family and friends. Modi, the four-time Gujarat Chief Minister and now the future Prime Minister, was known to keep his private life a closely guarded secret. And that may be the only reason for the curiosity and controversy surrounding his marital status. People have always wanted to know who Modi's wife is. Now, we finally have some answers. Much before Modi finally announced his relationship with Jashodaben in Vadodara, many people, including Modi's political foes in Banaskantha, have laid claims to have discovered his wife in a dusty village in Gujarat. A 62-year-old lady who calls Banaskantha, a small district in Gujarat, home, has a very different story to tell. Rumours about Jashodaben Chimanlal, the lady who has finally been acknowledged to be the veteran leader's wife, has been doing the rounds for a few years now. Now, finally, after the big announcement, we have her side of the story. Known to be extremely camera shy, she was sworn never to be photographed. But in a rare interview to a newspaper agency, Jashodaben unveiled many secrets from Modi's past life. It is difficult for anybody outside the village to contact her. No wonder the doubts looming large over Modi's marriage took so long to finally come to an end. Modi has never spoken about Jashodaben Chimanlal in the past, but the humble Gujarati woman has the answers. Is Jashodaben legally Modi's wife?
Every time people take his name, I'm also mentioned somewhere, even though in the background. Did you not come all the way and look all over to find me and speak to me? If I was not his wife, would you have come to speak to me?
People close to her say that she was married to Modi in his native village, Vadnagar in Mehsana district, when she was just 17 years old. At the time of her marriage, she had studied only up to class 7, and that is believed to have put a strain on their marriage. As per Jashodaben, in her brief time with Modi, the couple had many disagreements like any other regular couple. Modi encouraged her to carry on with her studies and even helped her in chores at home. Young Modi never discussed his dreams, his passion to venture into the RSS, and eventually foray into mainstream politics. In the initial days, they were like any other happy couple, but the two finally did part ways. And how did that happen?
He told me once that I will be traveling across the country and will go as and where I please. What will you do following me? When I came to Vadnagar to live with his family, he told me, why did you come to your in-laws' house when you are still so young? You must instead focus on pursuing your studies. The decision to leave was my own and there was never any conflict between us. He never spoke to me about the RSS or about his political leanings. When he told me he would be moving around the country as he wished, I told him I would like to join him. However, on many occasions when I went to my in-laws' house, he would not be present and he stopped coming there. He spent a lot of time in RSS shakhas. So I also stopped going there after a point and went back to my father's house.
Jashodaben is known to have said in the rare interview that she and Modi spent a very brief time together after their marriage.
We have never been in touch and we parted on good terms as there were never any fights between us. I will not make up things that are not true. In 3 years, we may have been together for all of 3 months. There has been no communication from his end to this day.
Yes, the issue of Modi's marriage is still a hot topic shrouded in controversy. Modi may have finally announced his marital status, but surprisingly, he is yet to divulge details. Despite the fact that she can afford a better life, she has chosen to stay in a somewhat impoverished village, in a sympathetic and helpful neighborhood. In the humble Gujarati village, her story is known to all. Even the children of her school refer to her as Narendra Bhai Modi's wife. Sadly, for all practical purposes, that means very little. The estranged wife of Modi, Jashodaben, does not enjoy any privileges. She has to sweep and clean her house, fill water and use a public toilet. It has been decades, but Modi has never paid Jashodaben a visit after he allegedly parted from his wife. Modi has covered one milestone after another in his life. From his humble beginnings, the man has now come a long way, but the lonely Jashodaben is still the same. According to sources, the Chief Minister has reportedly patched up with his estranged wife and has even convinced her to stay with him at his official residence. The two reportedly met each other at the Chief Minister's official residence recently. However, both the BJP and Modi have maintained a strict silence over the matter. Sources at the Chief Minister's residence have confirmed that Modi has managed to convince Yashodaben to stay with him at his official residence. And well, for Modi, it seems like the race for the most coveted seat is also the time for a family reunion. The Gujarat strongman has reportedly asked his mother too to stay with him. But will that ever happen? Now that Modi has achieved his dream, will he accept the woman who has been silent but supportive of him? Well, only time will tell. A News9 report.